I'm just too lavish. 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 Yeah. Then I hit her with the slammer. Shawty say she like my country grammar. Yeah. Then I pour the lean into the fountain.
It's always going to be something that you need to give up. It could be weed, it could be drinking, it could be discipline, it could be shopping, it could be procrastination, it could be lazy. There's a lot of different addictions, but the addictions are like, I read one day, addictions, all of us are born with strong backs to carry the burdens that life is going to throw at us. But the addictions is what keeps us weak. You're not scared to get it. If it's not challenging, if it's not like climbing a mountain, if it's easy to do it, then the chances are you probably will.
Last year, I brought y'all Kendall Ficklin and introduced you to Grindation. Now I'm bringing you back for 1% more with my boy CJ of Eric Thompson Associates. Let's hop to his Millionaire's Mind. I figured out along the way that there's a few reasons why most people will never reach this level of success, and it has nothing to do with your talent. That's the most frustrating part. When I look at people and when I train people and when I see the mindsets of people, it literally has nothing to do with your talent. One, you're not in the right lane, and two, you don't have the tools and you don't know what you don't know what you don't know.
I'm a sports fan, so anybody else watch a little March Madness this year? You've seen a few of the games, good. So I went and looked at YB. How did the underdogs win? When you were 16, you might be like Lower Southwest Atlanta State Christian Community College, right? I promise you, one of the best moments in my life was when Wright State baseball called. We was just working our way up the ladder, and Wright State baseball called, and I called E, and I was like, yo, you sitting down? Wright State baseball wants us. He was like, word, that's dope. Where's Wright State? I was like, I have no clue. But they won us. But for us, that was an achievement, and we were willing to go through it and kill it because we wanted to start fast, right? So now we started fast, and we start catching some momentum. And again, we started to believe. As an underdog, you have to believe. The other thing that I want to tell you, and this is my last point, believe it or not, because this point, I'm telling you, if you can get this one down, I promise you, this will take you to a whole nother level. So I was looking at, again, sports, Kendall, and I was saying, yo, when you look at what they call in any sport, home court advantage, right? Anybody ever heard that term before? Home court advantage. What does that mean? I'm like, let's look at the highest level of professional athletes, right? And I went through, now this is the underdog survival guide, you gotta catch this. I went through the NFL, like literally, because I'm thinking in my mind, like, is this home field advantage thing real, or is this like, so I go through my mind, 6-2 at home. They won 6 and lost 2 at home. Great record. On the road, exact opposite, 2-6. The Texans, 7-1 at home. Away, 1-7. I'm like, what in the, like, how does this even make any sense? Like, you that good at home, but away, you struggle. And so I called one of my boys in the NFL. He was on our call the other night. And I was like, yo, what is it? And he was like, believe it or not, man, it's a lot of distractions when you go on the road. It's a lot of things that, not only distractions, there's a lot of actual tangible things that you can't deal with. He said, for instance, you don't think about it, but you know, if we got to fly all the way to the East Coast, we got to leave a whole day early. It interferes with our practice. We can't practice, you know, we miss a day of practice. So that, you know, interferes with our preparation. He said, oh, you got to feel, you know, as big as we are, the flight over can be uncomfortable. Even if you got bigger seats and stuff, people think it ain't that deep. You got a 5-hour flight, yo, it's uncomfortable sometimes. He said, then when you get to another person's field, they field could be a 1/4 inch longer than our field is when we play with the Raiders at home. And so when you get out on the field, you got to run for like 20, 30 minutes, see if you get the field. You got to come back, change your cleats. And I'm like, yo, a lot of y'all losing because you ain't set no home court advantage for yourself. You don't have home field advantage in your own life. What do I mean by that? You at the crib, you supposed to be working, you letting people call your phone. Folk calling, talking about stupid stuff that you don't have no business entertaining. I used to look at my own life when I was an underdog. I had the TV on in the background. I thought I was grinding. I had First Tech, Stephen A. Smith and them on while I'm working. So guess what? I'm working and I'm looking up like, no, he didn't just say that. I'm ruining my home field advantage. For you, you have to decide what is the perfect environment, because one inch blade of grass can change the entire dynamics whether you win or lose for an NFL player. So there's one thing in your life right now that is changing the fact whether you win or lose in your environment. It might be that friend who, for real, every time you got a great idea and you start grinding, they throw salt on it. Boom, salt bag, they just hit you. That is changing your environment, your mental landscape. You let them change it every time you get in that situation. And I had to understand for myself, okay, it's got to be a routine, doggone. So I said, let me set up my home court advantage. So every single day I work from home. I don't have no office. I don't have nothing. I work from the crib and I got home field advantage. Guess what? My kids got to be to school by 8 o'clock. Period. If they get to school at 8:20, I promise you, it'll mess up my whole day. My kids got to get to school by 8 o'clock. After they get to school, I got to get an hour workout in every day. Have to. It's non-negotiable. I come back, it's on. No TV, no. I am the king of, yo, see, I text you, you ain't answer. I know. I'm working on my home field advantage. You texting me about some stupid stuff, ruin my home field advantage. I don't take them kind of texts until after 5, 6 o'clock when work's off. What does your home field advantage look like? How can you set that up for yourself? How can you be around other individuals that's trying to make it happen? And that's all I did. Me and E set up home field advantage every single day. Every single day we set up home field advantage for ourselves and knew exactly what we were supposed to be doing, and nothing was impeding our progress. You look at, come on, y'all, we talking about NFL teams. These people is the best of the best at what they do, and home field advantage matter to them. How they feel, how they wake up and perform is dependent upon what their environment looks like. So why wouldn't yours? Stop letting people ruin your environment, man. Get in the right environment and do everything in your natural doggone power to protect that environment. The last thing I need you to do is just keep the momentum. I know Kendall probably talked to you about it, but that's one thing that we harp on is keep the momentum. When you're an underdog, now that you're starting to believe, now that you're in the right environment, can you keep that momentum going? How do you keep that momentum going? Somebody tell me, I know your coach done told you.
Small wins.
There it is. Small wins. We talk about small wins all the time. I said it, if we go to Vegas, me and YB go to Vegas, and we like, bro, we about to hit for $250,000. Let's say we go to the craps table, boom, we hit $20. We like, okay, slow start. You know what I'm saying? We a long way from $250. Let's say next time, boom, we hit $10. Still a long way from $250,000. But guess what we ain't gonna do as long as we still, we ain't about to get up off that table if we ain't lost nothing. Right. So that $10, I'm like, look, we'll be here all night throwing $10 until my arm get tired. But some of you go, $10, man, I was looking for $250,000. This table cold. Not me. I love that 10. And some of you looking for that huge lick and it's not gonna come. And so when you're looking for that huge lick and it's not coming, and you go, $250, I don't have no momentum. I'm like, boo, you just hit $80 in a row. So am I telling you don't set big goals? Absolutely not. I'm saying set huge goals and then set small ones to get there. Those are the three things, man, that I believe can take any underdog to the next level. Those are the three things that I believe right now, if you implement in your life right now, and for my people who work in a 9 to 5, it's no excuse for you either. How many people work in 9 to 5? Anybody got? Yep, quite a few of you. I need you to change the environment there as well. I changed the environment at my job when I was 18 years old. At probably one of the hardest places to change the environment. I worked at General Motors in the summer. My dad made me work. I went to Michigan State for a year and was still there, and it was the summertime. So between my freshman and sophomore year, my dad was like, you coming to work with me at the plant. I had watched my dad 18 years of my life get up every single day, go to the plant. Never been in there to work a day in my life. He was like, you gonna work at the plant this summer. I went in there and worked at the plant, y'all, and I was on the line. So the cars was coming all day, every day. You just boom. I was in there the first 3 days, almost lost my mind. I had a nightmare. Literally. On the third night, I had a nightmare. Cars was just like, whoa. I was like, I told my dad, he was like, yep, well. And I was in there, and it's like say that the line is like one side of the car, other side of the car, and there might have been like this many people in my particular unit that you could see, touch, talk to.
And I was in there and I was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, folks look like they don't like each other. Like, ain't nobody talking. Like, my partner wasn't talking to me. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, I can't do this all summer. I'm like, yo. So it was Friday and I asked my partner, I'm like, yo, were you allowed to bring any music in here? Like, this ain't no church. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't see why not. Nobody ever really had tried. I was like, all right, cool. I went and made a CD. Now, mind you, these people was in their 40s, 50s. I'm the young cat in there. Y'all think I went and put 50 Cent on the CD? I was hot at the time. No. What did I put on there? Earth, Wind and Fire, Temptations. I put on a whole bunch of Motown, and I came back Monday and I set the box up on my thing, plugged it in, put the CD in, boom, turn it up as loud as it'll go. Guess what? Everybody started congregating down there. What you know about this one? What you know about this one? A couple days later, people start bringing me their own CDs, like, play this one, young blood. So I put it in, played it every week. Lady, you know, the older ladies was like trying to take care of me like I was their son, so they would bring me food and stuff. And I was like, don't just bring food for me, they'll bring food for everybody. Can we do a potluck? So every Friday we start having potlucks. The supervisor came down and was like, yo, I've never seen an environment like this in my lifetime. He was like, yo, people like enjoying coming to work. Like, we had a blast. We worked in the paint department, so we used to have sealer guns, right? So it's like a long, like, not like, imagine like the thing that you spray your car off in the self car wash. It was like that, and it had like a nozzle right here. And so we had actual like kind of sealer glue, like sticky sealer glue. And so what I would do is, my partner and a couple other people always used to go take smoke breaks, and they would come back late. Like, the line start, you gotta be there. And so I told them, y'all need to quit smoking. So I always mess with them like, yo, y'all better quit that smoking. So I was gonna teach them a lesson. So I put sealer glue on the inside of their gun, because I knew they would run in late and they wouldn't have time to check it, right? So I got them literally like 25 days in a row. They'd be out there smoking, the line would hit, boom, they run back in, grab it, whole hand just full of glue. CJ! And then guess what? They start doing it to each other. And everybody just started having fun. And that whole summer, I promise you, it was a blast. And I have yet to meet too many people who was in a sweet environment. I'm talking about everybody grinding, everybody going to work, everybody got a positive spirit, and you just broke. Most of the broke people I see, they around other what? It ain't rocket science. Y'all was expecting me to come in here and say something deep, earth-shattering. It ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Cut those people off who not speaking life. You have to. People know. I promise you. I got family members and people who try to hit me with some nonsense. They don't even hit me with it no more. Oh, I just text them back. Praise God. Hallelujah. Oh, you know such and such. Oh, I pray for them. Oh, wow. They want you to go down in the dirt with them. Don't go down in the dirt with them. Keep the light on. And guess what? The roaches scram when the lights come on. They don't want to be around that. Ask yourself, if you got a bunch of negative people around you, ask yourself, what am I doing to allow these people around? They don't come around me. When the Secret to Success video started blowing up, the guru story was everywhere. I was like, bingo, money time. I was looking at about 8 months after the video blew up, like, where is the money? I'm thinking the check's supposed to start rolling in. I'm calling people like, yeah, you seen the guru story? They're like, no. I'm like, I guess it's just high school kids watching it right now. Last thing to come was the money. The very last thing. We start getting fame. We start being in the airport. People wanted pictures and autographs and all of that. And we were still broke. It ain't what you think it is. The money is the last thing to come, but once the money comes, you put in so much work that the money just keep coming. I don't have a problem with money now. I told Kendall the other day, it's getting boring. Somebody called me the other day, was like, we need Eric in Las Vegas, Nevada, September 29th. I don't know how my man got my number. I ain't booked gigs in 5 years. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't really do his engagements. He was like, oh, well, do you know the price? I said, yeah, $50,000. He said, okay, cool, done deal. Can you send me over the contract? I was like, this is getting too easy. Like, this ain't even a challenge no more. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but there's something about the hunt. See, I thought it was all about just getting to the paper. Like, once we got to the paper, it's like you ride off in the sunset, you do whatever you want to do. That ain't, man, let me tell you something. There is fun, and the challenge in the hunt that should excite you. Something should excite you about not having what you think you should have right now. Like, yo, that's a motivating factor. I have to find and invent other ways now
to get myself hyped. Working with guys like Kendall and pushing them to get a room full on a Saturday morning. That's what excites me now. E on autopilot, doggone it. Don't get me wrong, that's my dude, that's my brother. I'm gonna push him to the day I die until we get the Nobel Peace Prize. But it's a different kind of grind now.
Alright, so CJ, how can the world get in contact with you?
Man, if you want to get in contact with me, go to info@etinspires.com. Attention CJ, I'll make sure they get, in touch with me, man. When all them young entrepreneurs, you're looking to do it, you're looking to make it happen, hit me up, man.
If you want to get in contact with me, you can hit me on Instagram and Twitter at @BlamingOnShad. Make sure you check out the blog at Young Millionaire's Mind on Instagram. And don't forget to check out the website, www.youngmillionairesmind.com.
What's blaming on Shad? What they blaming?
Me for all their success.
Word, I love it.
I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. Yeah, I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. I'm just too lavish. Yeah. Then I hit her with the slammer. Shawty say she like my country grammar.